Howdy, guys. Welcome to Keeping It Frank. So, it's been a while since I've posted any updates on my carnivore journey. I have now hit 20 months, and I finally hit a goal weight that I had set for myself back when I started 20 months ago, and I weighed 345 pounds. My ideal weight that I thought would be at the time was 220 pounds. And I finally hit that probably week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I am not at my ideal weight, but celebrations for me because the fact that I actually hit 220 is pretty amazing. When I started, I actually did not believe that I would ever get down to 220. I thought the only way I was ever going to be able to achieve that is by massive calorie restrictions, though I could do that for a moment of time. It was sad because I knew I would never be able to continue doing that. Even if I did calorie restrictions and I made it all the way down to 220, I would always fear the fact that one day I'm not going to be able to keep doing it and I'm going to fall back into my old routines and gain all my weight back. This time, because of carnivore, because it's something that is just a way of life for me and many others. I no longer have that fear. I know that not only did I hit that target weight, but I will continue to get more fit and hit closer to the range that my ideal weight actually is. It's very liberating. It's very freeing to know that I no longer have to worry about gaining weight because I'm 100% capable of doing what I've been doing. That being said, I thought losing weight would deem qualities of life that I didn't get to experience before. Uh, I thought, well, if I was to get in shape and lose weight, that I'd be a chick magnet and I'd have girls knocking down my door, coming at me. And, the reality is that's definitely not the case. But I, I don't get treated much differently than when I was bigger. I will say, if someone strikes a conversation with me, they probably are a little more generous with me. Where I do notice the difference in people's mentality towards me is I think people are now they don't view me as being lazy. They view me as somebody that's capable, which I don't think I had that before at all. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate because a lot of people that are overweight, they didn't get there because they're lazy. I mean, I see guys out there busting their ass, building roads and stuff like that, and they're probably all a good, not all, but a majority of them are good 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds overweight at least. Some of these are some big old boys. Now, when you're that overweight, obviously you're not able to maintain the same energy flow as somebody that doesn't have to move all that around. Um, but regardless of that fact, it is sad that that's how people view people, and I do the same thing. I'm not holding anyone um, responsible. Any particular group of people, I'm at fault for doing the same thing. But I thought life would be a lot easier after losing all this weight. There are uh, areas of life that get easier. You know, it's easier to put on my shoes, clip my toenails. It's it's easier to get in and out of vehicles and do my daily job. Period. I no longer fear picking stuff up off the floor, and I have. more drive than I ever have because I've accomplished something that I deemed not possible for myself. So those are huge things that benefits that you get as far as mentally or on your daily activities. And obviously, I don't have the health problems that I had, and those are, I mean, I know I just completely went over that stuff, and those are huge. Those are huge. Um, but all the problems that I have had, well, they didn't go away as far as my daily life goes, and it's really why I don't get to post and everything often. It's been a real struggle trying to stay afloat, and I know it is for everybody these days. Um, and I honestly, I guess one of the biggest benefits of being on carnivore is life's been so rough for me um, this year. I mean, for the last few years, but this year it's hit me pretty hard. And if I if I didn't at least have control over my health, if I was still 345 pounds and just chemically imbalanced any more than what I probably am now, I don't think I'd be making these videos today, and I really don't, because that's all I got to go off of. It's all I've got to look forward to right now. I don't expect my life to be in shambles forever. I do have goals that, and and I have ambition. There's things that I am moving forward towards that will help lift me out of the holes that I'm in. Unfortunately, they're not here now, and the holes that I'm in are pretty deep, and they're pretty hard to climb out of. But I sorry if I turn this into a sob session. Um, but yeah, it's part of life. It's what I'm dealing with. I had put up a GoFundMe because I had lost my job a few months ago, over 3 months ago, and I couldn't get work anywhere. Um, and the job that I had before, I didn't think I was getting paid enough for what I was doing. I don't want to say that. I felt like I needed to make more money. I thought there was just more money to be had. And when I lost that job and I started looking in the job market, I was like, well, I got to at least make this much. That didn't exist. I mean, nobody's paying worth a flip. I was shocked. I was surprised, and then it hit me with huge amount of depression because I was living paycheck to paycheck, and now any job that I could possibly get, I was going to have to take a huge pay cut, and I didn't know how I was going to survive. I'm still in that boat, but there were a few things that I did that I didn't think I was capable of doing. Once again, I did it specifically because I wasted so much money on these types of things, and I couldn't afford it anymore. So it actually brought me to quitting using tobacco. I didn't smoke, but I dipped, and I have an extremely addictive personality, and when I tell you how much I dipped, you're not going to believe it, especially if you're a dipper yourself. But just keep in mind, I have an extreme addictive personality. But your average person probably dips, if that dips. Not your average person in the world, but your average person that dips, probably a can a day. Some guys will hit 2 cans a day. I dipped anywhere from 3 to 5 cans a day. So for you fellows out there that do any tobacco, it doesn't even matter if you smoke, if you dip, imagine going through 4 or 5 of any of that a day and do the math. You can see how much money you're spending. I was spending a lot, and also, a pack. No, not a pack. A one can of snuff equals to, I believe it was a carton of cigarettes. That could be bullshit, but that's what I read. And the fact that I dipped anywhere from 3 to 5 cans a day, that would be equivalent of in nicotine, the equivalent of 1 to 5 cartons of cigarettes, or 3 to 5 cartons of cigarettes a month or a day. Sorry, it's late, guys. I worked all day. I probably won't even edit my stupidity out of this. But so I quit that uh, because I needed to be able to financially make it month to month, and I'm still really behind on everything. And like, I was afraid I was going to lose this place. Luckily, this lady is that I rent this place from. She's working with me, but I'm even having a hard time meeting those needs. And I had put up it was a Hail Mary. I put up a GoFundMe, and you know, surprisingly, so I don't really have family, and I actually don't have a whole lot of friends. Just not a lot of people that I'm close to. Uh, I kind of, I mean, I do that to myself because I'm kind of a loner, in a sense. Mostly because I'm well guarded. I don't let a lot of people in my life because people take advantage of me. I'm easily taken advantage of. And so my best defense to that is to just not let people in my circle. Um, I know that's not, healthy or the best way to do any things, but it's the only thing I got, because I watch courses on how to stand up for yourself and stuff like that, and I try. It's not part of my personality. I wish I could live in an environment where I could just be good to people and they'd be good back to me. And I'm not saying I don't have anyone in my life like that. It's just people tend to, if they have a stronger personality than you, they will tend to override your personality over time, and that's happened to me too many times. All that to say, I don't have a lot of people in my circle, and so I did this GoFundMe thing, and I was really surprised. I had really great people that I've never met before, that I've probably never carried any conversation with before, donate towards that. I had it up at $6,000, and I never even got close to it. But I broke over $1,000, and I was able to pay enough to get me through. And I really appreciate you guys, helping out someone that's pleading on YouTube or any platform. It's shady, it's fishy, and it's whiny. But once again, I have my son, and he's my responsibility, and I hate when people do that. And I felt like if I didn't at least attempt it, then I didn't try hard enough, and so I did. Um, I will put up I still have the GoFundMe, but I don't like it because they actually take a percentage out. And when I started it, I didn't know any of this stuff. But I will start posting a Cash App for anybody that's ever feeling generous, because I'm still going through it. But and once again, no pressure or anything for anybody. But if you feel like helping me in any way because you just think I'm an awesome guy, I would appreciate it. And I'll leave that up here. But enough of that. I wanted to get back to how long is this? This is 14 minutes. This might be a long video. I wanted to get back and give you some good news. So once again, I hit my 220. Now it's been my goal since I started, and I also found out that I'm 6'3", ladies. 6'3". So I thought I was 6'2", and when I started doing my new job, it's tow truck driving stuff. And by the way, I still do my headstones. It's just not moving yet. It will eventually. It will eventually. It's just I gotta have a full-time job. This sporadic doing, windows and doors and cabinets, and then coming back and doing a few headstones. It wasn't paying the bills, not consistently by any means. But I went back into the towing field with another company. This company does wrecks, and not a fan, by the way. I've already got to witness someone get shot, not with a bullet though, with a taser, because they wouldn't get out of their car, and they were in the middle of the interstate. Um, that's a whole story. But anyways, so when I started this towing job, and this is about 2 weeks ago, I had to go to the doctor. They had to do the drug test and the vision test, all the little tests. And anyways, they took my height and took my blood pressure, and it was perfect. I was like, yes, yes, thank you, thank you. But they took my height, and she goes, yeah, you're 6'3". I was like, oh, damn, I'm a sexy man now. I'm not 6'2", I'm 6'3". So, and to be honest with you, if you watch some of my older videos, I tell you, I don't know if I'm 6'2" or 6'3" because that's how bad my memory was. Um, but yeah, so good news is 220, 6'3", and I got a job. And the problem with this job is 12-hour shifts, 50-50 custody of my son, and I have no one to help me watch him. So trying to figure all this out is a nightmare. That's probably my biggest hurdle that I have to jump, other than the finances. Um, I probably 6 months, maybe even up to 8 months ago, to be completely honest. I feel like I've said 6 months, like the last two videos. I had been stuck at 225, and then there was a back in January. I told everyone I'm consistently going to the gym, and I did. I did for 2 solid months, and it was a great turnout. Of course, I've lost everything that I gained out of it, but it would come right back once I get back to the gym. But I couldn't afford the gym membership, and I had to let it go. And man, I would love to get back in the gym because I felt great. I was looking good. But my first week in the gym, kid you not, I jumped up 15 pounds. So I went from 225 up to 240, and I stuck there for over a month. Even after quitting the gym, I thought once I quit the gym, I'd probably go back down. That didn't happen. And so what I ended up doing was I went pretty strict OMAD. I was like, you know what? I'm eating once a day. And I did that for probably 3 weeks, maybe a hiccup here and there, but I was pretty strict with it. And I also cut out dairy. I just cut it all out because I was getting crazy with the dairy. The dairy, of course, it has carbs and sugars in there. So it was something I was addicted to, and I was eating. I went from drinking like a glass of milk to eating a whole block of cheese and putting cheese on everything and making cream cheese everything. And um, yeah, I think it definitely hindered, if not maybe put on a little weight. Don't know that for a fact because it just winded up me going to that gym for the week and it just stuck. Don't know. What I do know is the fasting, the intermittent, the OMAD, and quitting the dairy, jump started me back down. I lost that 15 pounds I gained like probably that first week. And then the other five that I have been stuck at for months, I finally dipped in at 220. And so that was the trick for any of you guys out there that have been stuck for a long time. I'm not going to say if you have to have your dairy, go for it. Maybe cut it back a lot, but definitely do OMAD. Try one at a time. I mean, try OMAD. Doesn't really, and it took a couple weeks for me to start working, but once that couple weeks hit, 1 week, boom, 15 gone. Maybe a week and a half. But try OMAD. If that doesn't work, then try the dairy, or vice versa, whatever you're most comfortable with. This is all, I mean, you got the rest of your life, and now that you're doing carnivore, it's going to be a long life. So you got the rest of your life to figure this shit out and find what works best for you. So I do have some startling news for you guys. I have never actually cheated on carnivore since I started. Now my cheats would consist of going into doing keto stuff from time to time, or my cheats would consist of eating a lot of dairy or using a lot of spices. But I would never dip out of that keto realm when I would cheat. And I was very mindful that I wasn't going to gain any real benefits if I did it. But I would never actually cheat. And because I didn't really see it as a cheat, it didn't mentally make me feel like I should just give up because I failed. That's how I see it. Now, my girlfriend left me, and that's another thing that I'm dealing with. But before she left, she was carnivore too, and I wanted she's not from Texas, and I wanted her. We never go out to eat. We never did anything, and I wanted to her to experience something from Texas as far as food goes. So I made a deal with her that before she left out of state, that we would go and cheat. And so the first time that I did it was on a Friday, and we chose pizza because I've been wanting pizza since the day I quit. And I did get a gluten-free pizza, mostly because I do have a gluten sensitivity. Probably it was the main reason why I'd break out in rashes. That and a lot of sugars would do it. Um, so we had a gluten-free pizza. I think I had maybe 4 slices of it. The first 3 were delicious. I'm not going to lie. I loved it. Um, and then I called it quits. I didn't do anything else with it. It was just the pizza. And it didn't really mess with me. My stomach, sure, next day, but nothing really came out of it. But then I thought, that was stupid. Why did we go? We're in Texas, and we went and got pizza. The place she comes from is where you go get pizza, not Texas. I was like, okay, well, we do barbecue all the time. You got that under the belt. She likes the barbecue. I like the barbecue. But we want another authentic Texas food. So what do we do? What do? You go and get Mexican food. This was a mistake. We went to a very fancy place. I couldn't afford it. It was stupid for every reason. We went to this place and we got a fajita plate. And I don't know where you guys are from, but out here, when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you order like a family plate, like a fajita plate or something like that, you get like everything they have in the kitchen on the plate, like on few plates. Like every item that you could throw in a taco, that's what you're getting on your table. And I tried all of it, and I ate until I was stuffed. And it was weird because I was so stuffed, and I haven't felt that bloated stuffness or fullness in a long time. And it was delicious. There's that, but I instantly had stomach problems. All right, that's fair enough. I mean, that's typical, right? But not the next day, but the day after, for the first time in 20 months since I've started carnivore, I got sick, like actually sick. I got the flu, if not the vid, because I lost my sense of taste. My nose was stuffy, my throat was sore, I had this nasty cough, felt I had cold sweats. Blew my mind. Because if there was anything that would keep me going on carnivore, it's the fact that everyone's getting sick around me, and I haven't been sick. I'm the type. Before I got sick every week. My son's autistic. He has a compromised immune system. This kid is sick every week. He brings it home to me. I'm sick, and then I have to go to work sick all the freaking time. And then ever since I started carnivore, never again. And then the second, well, I did do it twice, but the second I give like some legit real cheats, guess my immune system shuts down. I get sick. I get the scaly skin. I get the zit. Still got the zit on my dang forehead, and I'm still getting over this. Like, I'm on the end of it, but it fucked me up. So, lesson learned. I'm done. I don't need to cheat anymore. The cheats that I have in the ketovore line or the keto line are perfect for me. I look forward to them. They're delicious. I have some awesome dishes, the dirty carnivore dishes, and I'll probably make some more videos. I got like a little short or something up that I made recently. They're so good, and you can make so many different things. So no longer will I cheat. Lesson learned. So for all you out there that have been wondering, should you cheat? I say no. Now, I will say I didn't deal with the addiction afterwards. I definitely didn't. I wasn't craving anything other than what I typically eat. So there was at least that accomplishment because that was actually what I feared the most. What I feared the most wasn't actually getting sick or anything. It was my addictive personality overriding everything that I just worked for, and I lose control. I did condition myself, by the way, for this cheat. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to go cheat. I conditioned myself in a way that I made sure I was still capable of controlling what I was eating. So I did fast. And the way I see it is if you can fast for a whole day, you have control over what you're eating. So you are capable of cheating and pulling back off. I also fasted after that because I wanted to get that crap out of my system. I think that's it, guys. Um, I will be putting up some cooking videos or recipes. I don't know, whatever you want to call them, of some pretty delicious dishes. And I hope you guys like that. And I now that my girlfriend left, that's so horrible. I kind of have more time to myself, so I should be able to do more videos. Keep in mind, I do work 12-hour shifts, and on my days off, I watch my son, and I do headstones and other crap. So, but I do want to get so much more out there because uh, I feel good about inspiring you. I really do. It makes my day. It makes everything. It makes this worth all the time in the world to me. I really love hearing people tell me that 10 months ago they saw a video of me and it motivated them. You can't get a better feeling than that, honestly. That's it. Hugs and kisses. Bye, guys.